Hey everybody!
Hey everybody, Naj and Jay here, and we are so excited. We're 2 weeks away from one of our favorite events, the Brown Girls Rock Summerfest. And this year we have the
Boots and bling.
Yes.
boots
Yes.
and bling.
Boots and bling.
Cowboy hats, your bling, everything. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we are here with Dr. Shareeda Tyaire and Patty Glasgow. I knew I was like
It's all good.
high school, Glasgow.
Yes.
Author Patty Glasgow,
Thank you.
who is also a board member.
I am.
And how are you ladies feeling about this event? You know, y'all know and we know how big this is for our community, for our girls. So I know you're excited about the turnout. We already know it's going to sell out.
Yes.
But how are you feeling about this year's, the changes that you have?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. So I'm very excited. The pleasure of being with Rita and Brown Girls Rock for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Remember the very first year she called, and it was right maybe weeks, 2, 3 weeks before the event. And she was like, I need you. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming, right? And now to look, and we're 4 years in.
Yeah.
Right. And so this year, I have the pleasure of also being the vendor coordinator, assisting with the coordination piece of the event. And as I'm speaking to the vendors, and they're like, how many people can you expect? And I'm like, look, a minimum of 300. Right. And that gives them a sense of security as well. But it also blows my mind because
Yeah.
I know that's the minimum.
Yeah.
It's 300. So the pleasure of being able to work alongside Arita with our beautiful board and know that we're about to hit 5 years, right? And not rushing it, right? Because we got to
Right.
get through July 20th of this year. But it still is like, wow.
Yeah.
It was just yesterday.
Yeah.
And now we're in our 4th year, looking forward to celebrating our 5th-year anniversary
Number 5
Yes.
next year. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I can even say from our end, I feel like I can say this for both of us. Like, even though this is our 3rd year being involved, it feels like it's just been boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like 3 whole years, but here we are back in our sort of comfort zone in a way.
I know.
Yeah.
Family reunion.
Yeah.
So we know you have to go. So I'm going to just jump to it. Seeing all of the beautiful brown girls that have come over the years, what would you say to those who have never heard about it and who have seen the link and are like, why should I go?
So that question does come up, right? I've had that very conversation. And one, there's no other event in Delaware like this, right? I don't even know if there's one similar in the tri-state area,
Yeah.
right? So one, that's why you need to be here, right? And then the intentionality around the planning, right? We are very intentional around what our young ladies are going to experience,
Yeah.
right? There's all I's are dotted, T's are crossed, right? And so the experience,
Yeah.
right, for our young ladies from 8 years old up until 18
Yeah.
is just wonderful, right?
They start at 3.
3 years old,
Oh,
but excuse me,
wow.
3 years old. And so again, it's the intentionality around creating an experience for our young ladies of color, right? The entertainment, the workshops, the space that's created for authors, the vendors, and being intentional around making sure that we don't have duplicate vendors because it's important that our vendors are putting out money to be here,
Yeah.
right? And we want to make sure that they make that money back,
Right.
right? And so we're very intentional around who we're selecting as far as the vendors, the food court. It's just a experience in a beautiful location
Yeah.
that they're not going to have anywhere else
Yeah.
until we take it to another state.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it. Because I can definitely say, growing up, I'm a Delaware girl through and through. I've never been to an event like this. And it's 3 sisters, me and my sisters. We've never been to an event like this. And I'm sure my mom would have been the first one to hit that button had she known of it with us growing up. So I'm excited for the girls this year.
I have a question for you specifically.
Oh.
Oh,
I know you have to
yes.
go. Thank
yes.
you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes. And we can't wait to see you.
Yes.
Ladies, whoever wants to come and join us.
While we're waiting on that, one of the things that I notice about this event, specifically with you, is that there's a certain consistency among the quality, and that's in large part due to this same team that we've seen every year. And like I saw, like there's certain signs, that red flags or not, where it's like whether it's going to be good or not. And even as Naj and I pulled up today, like to kind of set up, everybody was here, like
yeah.
like ready
meet
to
me
rock
here.
and roll, like locked in, like here to do things the right way. And
Yes.
from my question is like, what is your secret, or what is the ability that you have to pull people together like this and keep them here every year,
That is a great question. God.
And that's the
That's
answer.
the only thing, because I have been blessed. Let me just say, I have been blessed with the most amazing
Hold that up a little
board.
bit.
The most amazing board. All of my board members have been the same ones since inception, except for maybe I think two. We had a guy on board, and I think it was too much for him. Too many ladies.
Listen,
Um,
guys.
but for the most part, we had one other board member leave. But other than that, all of my board members for Brown Girls Rock have been consistent, and they are amazing. They all play a huge role in the team. Um, and with even the replacements that we had with Tiffany and Kiara, Tiffany Bow and Kiara Fletcher, they came on just last year, and they have been rocking it out since then. You'll see Kiara here. She'll be hands on in the therapy sessions along with Ebony, who heads up our therapy sessions for the 8 to 17-year-olds. And then we have Tawana here, who will be doing the sessions for our 3 to 7-year-olds.
Got you.
So there is something for everyone. And to answer your question, like, it's nothing but God that these women devote. They're not getting paid for it. They devote their time. They devote their effort. They like I said, they beat me here. They're so committed and so devoted to Brown Girls Rock. The organization itself is just amazing, and that's all I can say. Is nothing but God.
Yeah.
Cool.
But when you have that favor, honey, yes, I have been blessed with an amazing team. Amazing. Sometimes they call me like, I need this, and I'm like, all right, I'll get it. I'll get it to you. So they're all on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you speak to us a little bit about your vision from day one, when this came to fruition, before you even reached out? Like, what was that moment that said, this is what it's going to be?
So my vision for Brown Girls Rock started out as just that, just the vision, getting the girls together, mainly for, my experiences growing up as a child, and then leading on to my daughter and what I want her to know early on, so that she doesn't get it late in life when it's almost too late. And I see this being an event that goes from not just Delaware.
Yeah.
Like, we even started talking. One of our board members, Cynthia, has a relative up in New York. Like, we started talking about expanding to New York, and we were going to do that for this year. We kind of put that on the back burner. We'll get to our 5-year mark, but we're looking to expand state to some of the bigger states. We want to have Brown Girls Rock be a movement.
Yeah.
Where all of the girls can be involved. And again, yes, it's Brown Girls Rock. Yes, you're coming to celebrate girls of, brown skin and other ethnicities, but everybody's welcome.
Yes.
Let me say from my
Everybody is
end.
welcome.
So as the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should clearly state that number one, it's just a fun time,
Yeah.
where you can come and hang out. It's no different in a lot of ways than just a carnival, like come and
Yeah.
hang out. And you made the point to me, like, bring your daughters, bring your sons, like just come and hang out, because it's more, I've said this before, but to me, it's very similar to like the Italian festival.
Yes.
Like, everyone comes to the Italian festival,
Right.
right? Like,
Just
it's
the
not a matter of you
Italians.
have to be Italian. It's
Right.
the same idea. Like, come out and hang,
Right.
celebrate Italian, celebrate brown girls. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And this year, we have, for the first time, a space solely for the mothers. So this will be a space where once you drop your kid off at their session, you can come. It's actually going to be in this here barn right here,
Okay.
right behind
That
us.
air-conditioned barn.
And there will be games, there will be prizes, there will be mocktails, no alcohol, mocktails. There will be, we're actually going to have a whole separate host in that room. Again, this space is solely for the mothers. I will be in there speaking with the mothers. We have a couple other guests that will be in there speaking with the mothers. And you'll just be able to let your hair down until your kid gets out the session. Now, this is not an all-day thing. You won't hang out there the entire time. But come in there, mingle, have fun, and just let your hair down for a minute. And this is new for this year for Brown Girls Rock. So that is a space solely for mamas.
And
Yeah.
when did that come into play? Was it you who were like, okay, I want to do this, or was it the group?
I think us as a team.
Okay.
I think we all put it together as a team and was like, hey, everybody had their opinion of what should be in there, and then we just came to what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the concept this year with the cowgirl and the boots and the bling and all that? Where'd that come from?
Again, I think it was a mix of Ebony and Cynthia.
Uh-huh.
I think we were going back and forth. Yes, we were talking about carnivals and everything, and somehow it just, the boots and bling, it
Uh-huh.
just popped up, and
Yeah.
I was like, I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's do it. So the ideas are not just my ideas. I go with my team. I listen to them
Yeah.
because I figure they're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the team came up with it, and I was like, let's do it. Let's
Absolutely.
rock out, and it's been great. I'm excited to see the different things people come up with their
Yeah.
hats and with their boots. And granted, it's gonna be hot. You won't have your hat on the whole time. You probably even bring some flip flops and not wear boots, but just to see what they come in as. So we'll have our photographer here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Can we introduce these lovely ladies sitting
Yes,
next to us?
yes, we can. So this is Tawana Peterson, Lady Tawana Peterson, and she's doing our 3 to 7 year olds. I did not have her last year. She was on vacation, I think it was. You were out of town. Yeah, but the years prior, she has done worked with the littles, and it has been amazing. And then Ebony Madre, she is our licensed clinician.
Yep.
And she works in the therapy session. She runs the therapy sessions. I mean, I literally do not have to go in there if I don't want to because she handles it.
Yeah.
Her along with Kiara Fletcher and Brittany. Yep, they're all going to be there again this year for the therapy session. So, hand the mic off to you.
Can you
Tell us about everything you do.
Yeah, I was
You know what I'm saying?
can you dive into how you work with the littles?
So I am what I like to call myself an early educator, early education advocate, excuse me. And I think I have children of my own, a large family. I've always felt that it was important for the smaller
Hold it up
children.
just a little bit closer.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
There you go,
For the
you're good.
smaller children to get the experiences that they would normally get once they get into school. 'Cause if they have the experience early on, they're able to gravitate to it much easier
Yeah.
and know how to handle themselves in those situations as opposed to it being this foreign, thing or experience. So I'm always one to give the young ones a taste of what they can grow into and appreciate and learn how to appreciate those things early on. And it works. And so whenever I've had my daycare, I take them out to the libraries and all these different events. They always come, the adults in the room always say, oh my God, your children are so well behaved, or they're this and they're that. And it's because we give them that exposure at that time frame and at that age and really explain to them what this is about and everything. And then they're able to grasp it. Because at those years, they're sponges. We know that. And so taking advantage of that in every area really will help them become the positive contributors to our community and life experiences. And that's why I am so adamant about being part of this and helping the little ones get an experience, not just being here and being hot with the parents and the big sisters, and the brothers, but really having something to grasp as well. So that's why I am committed to this, and I love the fact that we have it and we open it to the age group as well.
She's not gonna do it. So tell us why she's special from your end. Like, God, absolutely, always give. But like we know she's got some special gifts. Like tell us about why she's special.
Rita is special because she has a heart for people.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
sometimes um, she may not, you may look at her one way and not think that she has this big open heart to want to speak to you or, do something for you or with you and everything. But when you do, it's just like, whoa. And she just does so many wonderful things, and she has so many wonderful ideas and wants to be able to get into the hands of other people. So that's why she's special, to me. And not only that, I had the opportunity to have her little ones. You don't mind me sharing?
No,
that?
that's fine.
Her
Just
little
watching
ones.
my little ones. Yes.
While they were babies in my child care. And it's just been a wonderful experience to have them. And I did have like an in-home one. And sometimes I wonder if people like would prefer the big, daycare centers rather than a smaller setting and things of that nature. And when people do come in that realm and experience what I do, because I don't treat it like it's just, babysitting, we don't do that, and appreciate it, and then, tell others about it, makes you more of a special person to me. But I can go on and on, and I'm not going to take much more time, but she's really a special person.
I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Awesome. So I can lead with why she's a special
There we
person.
go. Got her.
And so Rita and I grew up together,
Hold that up.
and when
Yeah.
we were younger, I was aggressive, right, but very protective, right. And so when Rita moved into the development, myself and my cousins, we literally took her under our wings. And from there on out, we've just watched the evolution of one another. When Rita reached out about Brown Girls Rock, she's like, I have a favor, blah, blah, blah. So we hooked up, and I'm like, girl, I am sold. And because it was Rita, I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Every year that you do this, I'll be a part,
Yeah.
without even thinking about it,
Yeah.
And I agree, she definitely has a huge heart. And Rita likes to play in the background, right? She doesn't like to be put out front at all, but she has a way of pulling other people to the forefront. And so I think that in incorporating Brown Girls Rock, um, it gives her that space, and it allows people to acknowledge her as such,
Yeah.
like the great Dr. Shareeda Tyaire. And so, that's what makes Rita special.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
And you want to talk a little bit more about your role?
So my role with the organization has been to conduct therapy sessions, and from the second year, I just always call it the therapy tent. Even though we've kind of moved and it's going to be inside, I think that in bringing therapy into such events, it helps to reduce the stigma. And like
Yes.
Lady Tawana said, it also helps to introduce social emotional learning early on. And I think that if we can capture our youth as the littles, that gives them the seeds to kind of carry throughout life.
Yeah.
And the therapy sessions have been beautiful to watch. Like last year, we actually were being told to wrap up because we went way over the time.
This is free
But
therapy for your kids.
yes, yes, yes. And I'm an avid believer in holding space for others. And a few of the participants needed us to hold that space for them. So we could not just end
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock. Like, I mean, we want to end on time, but when people are really pouring out
Yeah.
and being vocal about their transparencies, and, just being vulnerable in said spaces, it's
You gotta move
important
on that
that
opportunity.
we stick, yes,
Mhm.
we move on it. And
Yeah.
so that's been my role.
How can you explain to those who have never been a part of the event what that therapy session looks like?
Yeah, so the therapy session is extremely engaging. I do want to make a disclaimer. I don't want folks to feel like if my kids go in with them, they're calling CPS. Like, we're not
Oh
doing
no.
that.
No, no.
It's
Lord have
all
mercy.
in good spirit, and just really introducing them to like surface level therapy and what that looks like. And there are times when people will circle back and say, "Hey, do you guys have any openings? Can you refer?" Or, "I'm dealing with this," or, "I'm surprised that my child opened up to you guys." And so it really does again, feed the narrative that we can reduce the stigma. And I think that that's phenomenal because there aren't any events that are fun, but then offer therapy while doing it, you know. And so, just like with everything else, there's something for everybody. There are sessions for everybody too.
I love that.
I mean, to that point, actually, I'm thinking about other events, you know, that are. I appreciate the constant conversation about destigmatizing therapy
Yeah.
because I think we're getting to a point where it's sort of like, you know, Donnie puts together the event for the
Yeah.
city where you just, you know, there's all kinds of vendors and you can come and have fun, but you can always like get your blood pressure checked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So a really similar thing, like we're just checking, you know, just, you know what I mean? And I love that you just kind of make it more of a just normal thing, and it's not, you know, just go see how you feel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I love that.
It's
So,
definitely normalized. And I think that even when people get feedback, you know, they highlight the therapy sessions. You know, while everything else is fun,
Yeah.
they highlight the fact that I got started on my therapeutic journey, or I considered, you know, maybe my daughter and I do need to go and talk to someone. And so it's been very healthy.
Yeah. And that same thing will be happening in the mothers.
Lounge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not so much therapy, but it's more of a relaxation type of environment in the mother's lounge. Um, sorry, we're outside. My allergies is like kicking up. But yeah, it's more relaxation in the mother's lounge. But we will definitely have some talks in there. I have some things that I want to share with the moms, and some things we're going to talk about because a lot of the things that we're covering. So one thing that we're covering that has been heavy on me for at least the last year, um, is bullying. So we're covering that in one of the therapy sessions. But one thing I want to talk to the moms about is what do you do when your child is the one bullying? Because we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We talk about the
Yeah.
bullies and we talk about how to handle the bullies, but when it's your child,
and do you recognize that it's not your child
Right.
just being
you-
forceful? It's like
yes,
you're actually a
like
bully.
this is
Yeah.
identifying that
Yeah.
as you're a bully.
It's a really
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be talking about as well, because I do think some of that also starts at home, because there are some
yeah.
parents that will condone that behavior. And you know, I recently myself personally had an incident where my baby was sent a very damaging text. And I shared it with my board, and I shared it with, you know, we talk about it as mothers. And it came from another 8-year-old little girl. And it was sent through an app. But some of the things that it said, um, it was like, you know, you shouldn't say that, period, as an
Yeah.
adult or a
Yeah.
child. And so that behavior was kind of like it was just an app. There's kids that are killing themselves today
Yep.
over things that are said on social media, on apps, via
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
We've got kids like literally harming themselves. And thankfully, my baby talks to me about everything and she shares everything, and she brought it to my attention. But like, it's that mindset
Yeah.
is what I want to get to the moms. Like, where are we?
Yeah.
You know, how are we handling our children when they are the bullies? How
Yeah.
are we handling it when they are being bullied?
Yeah.
You know, because some of us as parents, we don't know. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know. Like, if my kid comes to me and says, hey, I'm being picked on, 9 times out of 10, if you're anything like me, your first thought is, well, where they at?
Right. I'm
We can't
12
do
too.
that. We
Where
can't
they
do
at?
that. You can't. That's not right.
Right.
That's not what we teach our kids.
Right.
But so, what do we do?
Yeah.
That's great.
I love that. My oldest has dealt with bullying, and one of the things that she said to me was, I wonder how she's treated at home.
Oh wow.
And that was
Yeah.
her, you know, because me and her talk all the time, and you know, we come up with ways of how you can defend yourself or how you can change how the interaction could be. But I remember her distinctly saying, I wonder how she's treated at home. Like, are her parents, like, do they care about her? And that really made me think, because all I'm thinking about is the kid. I'm not even
Right.
thinking about at home.
Right.
So I'm really I'm excited to see
Yeah.
that part.
These are great topics that we cover. So
Yeah.
it's not just, granted, it's going to be fun. Tons of entertainment the entire time. You got your popcorn, your cotton
Yeah, give us all that. Dig into all
your
the fun
snow
stuff. Yeah.
cones. We got a pet, a petting zoo this
Wait a
year.
minute, you got a petting zoo.
A whole petting zoo. We're bringing all the barn out. Come on, you can't have the boots and the bling without the animals.
She's terrified of horses, FYI. Sorry, but it's true.
But not only will we have horses, we'll have the midget horses, the
Will you
little
have
ponies.
chickens? Will you have chickens?
Chickens, they're all going to be here. So they'll be in a little fenced area. That's the petting zoo.
That's where I'll be. Come find me at the fenced area.
You're supposed to be working, Naj.
We'll have our princesses here again. This year we're going to have Mirabelle from Encanto. We are having, I don't think Tiana's, Pocahontas.
Okay.
And Pocahontas is bringing a special guest. And it's a huge animal. I won't tell
I
you
love
what,
it.
but Pocahontas is bringing a special guest. It's Ariel. Okay. You
Okay.
hear my team in the back. They're great.
Okay.
And Ariel. So we have all of them coming this year. We actually have a toddler player. My little baby's a toddler this year, so I had to think about him too. So we got little mini moon bounces for the toddlers, little
Okay.
rocking horses, and all that stuff for the littles.
Will the watermelon juice and the elote corn people be here?
Are they coming? I have to. Patty's not here. I have to find out. No, they're not coming.
We got more? We got
Yes.
more? Okay.
So this
that's okay.
year, I know right now, confirmed that I know. Again, Patty's our vendor coordinator, but we do have the Chelsea's Tavern's going to be here with their
Oh.
food
Yeah, yeah.
truck.
Okay.
We do have a Jamaican restaurant. There's going to be Jamaican food here. I think I posted that menu already. Casey's Kitchen is also going to be here.
Okay.
I'm not sure what type of food that they have there. The water ice, Marvelicious water
Oh,
ice.
yeah, they're great.
They're great every year. So those are the ones that I know that are confirmed. Of course, we'll have a normal hot dog stand and all of that stuff here for the littles in case you don't want to spend all that money on their food. We also will have dream catcher making. We will have cupcake decorating, which is always a hit.
Yeah, it is.
Every year. If y'all don't know, Ebony over here also does baking. So she pretty much handles our cupcake decorating, her and her lovely daughter. The sorority will be here. They're going to be doing a walk.
Okay.
What else will we have?
Trumpet
we have
chicks?
the trumpet chicks are back.
They're
we have
always a part.
Every year.
Corenda. She's coming. We have our solo dancers, and my baby will be performing. So she'll be doing her solo along with two other of our Brown Girls Rock ambassadors. We are giving out our first Brown Girls Rock scholarship award this year. And
Oh,
this
wow.
one,
That's a big deal.
Yes.
this one is called, we named this one the Cynthia Marie Scholarship Award. And it kind of like in remembrance of my husband's mother. She was a teen mother, but she proceeded on to go to college. And before she passed away, she ended up with her master's degree. So
Wow.
despite her trauma, despite her circumstances, despite everything that she went through, she still went through and got that education. So that's what we promote here.
Yeah.
So we're giving away our first scholarship to one of our ambassadors that is going off to college this year. So that's cool. What else? I know I'm forgetting stuff, and I don't like forgetting stuff because I get that help.
Well, that's because that's why they're going to buy a
Face
ticket.
pain. Go to the website, browngirlsrock.org. You will see everything listed there. All of the entertainment. DanceWorks is going to be here, bringing their girls to the studio. Baila Fitness is going to be here doing some, is it Baila sessions or Zumba sessions? Zumba sessions.
Oh, I loved Zumba last time.
Yes, we'll be doing that live.
Authors Row.
Authors Row.
I
where all
heard
the
that,
Brown
that
Girl
some girl
authors.
who sang on The Voice is also going to be singing. Isn't there somebody who sang on The Voice?
Who is it?
Who is that? Isn't she?
Yeah.
Somebody who was on The Voice finalist. Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh my God.
listen, y'all have to get here on time this year because not only are Naj and Jay hosting, they are our opening act. So they will be performing. So Naj, our brown girl,
I'm singing backup vocals, you know what I'm saying?
is going to be
100%.
leading this. But yeah, so get here on time because I think they're set to go on somewhere around 12:15 and we open at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So please get her on time so that you don't want to miss the entertainment. Entertainment's going to run all day. We have some gift cards, gift certificates will be given away in the Mother's Lounge. Lots of games and prizes actually in the Mother's Lounge. We just have a lot going on.
For the people, I know last year you had people who were sponsoring girls. Do you have that same?
So we haven't had anybody sponsoring girls, hint. So if anybody wants to sponsor girls, you can do so, browngirlsrock.org, or send an email to info@browngirlsrock.org if you want to sponsor a few girls. All of the contributions to the t-shirts and the hats and even the cowboy hats, which are also on sale on the website, that goes towards this event. Yeah, so if you would like to sponsor, then we do have some financial sponsors. Del One Federal Credit Union, WSFS Bank, some of those. But for the sponsors, for actually the girls, we don't have any this year,
So
which is
y'all get
different.
on it.
Because we normally have people that kind of reach out and want to sponsor. We will have 4 face painters this year.
Oh yeah.
We always have a line for face painters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this year we upped the ante and we have 4 face painters. We don't want our kids just sitting around waiting to have their face painted. A mechanical bull this year.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm doing
Be
that.
super fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun for the kids. Of course, we're going to have somebody leading the line dances. You can't go to the cowgirl rodeo without line dance, right?
Right.
So we'll have that. So yeah, we have so much, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great time.
How much
Can
are
we reiterate the importance of bringing
Move the mic.
out?
Move the mic.
I just wanted to reiterate the importance of bringing out your sons to this event to show support for their sisters, their cousins. You know, it's important that we have them here this year as well, and we want to see them in their cowboy attire. You know, they will be a great addition to Boots and Bling. And again, you know, as we all keep saying, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
So get those boys their boots and their hats and bring them out.
My son was here last year and he had a blast, and I mean that. So yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
I love this.
Anything else you want to add?
We're going to bring our last 2 on. They're so shy.
She said, "No, you're not."
She said, no, ma'am.
So we've got Camille White and Cynthia Franco. They're my behind the scenes girls. They don't like getting in front of the camera. It's like
Thank you,
pulling teeth. Thanks, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pulling teeth to get them in front of the camera. So I might can get them up here just to say hi, maybe.
Just say a quick hi. Say what you do.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
They play an amazing
Cynthia, you were on last
role.
year.
I know. Camille, she doesn't like getting on TV and all that. And then we have Cynthia as well. Nobody wants to hold the mics.
Can you just give us a quick, overview of what you do and your
Yes.
name? That's all.
So pretty much we are the entrance team. We want to make sure that everyone gets checked in, ensure that there is efficiency and the line is moving as quickly as possible because we know it is hot. So we do head the front so everyone sees us right when they get here. Again, my name is Camille White. I am the treasurer of the organization. Like Shareeda said, I am behind the scenes person. I am the typical accountant. I just like dealing with numbers and that's it.
Thank you.
And she also handles all of the tech stuff for us. So
Yes.
she's
Okay.
minimizing her efforts for the organization. I'm Cynthia Franco, and I guess my position is Hispanic inclusion. And I also sit with Camille on that day and help with registration so that we can make sure everything flows well. We have it gets crazy, so we have a lot of our board members at the front just making sure everything flows as quickly as possible to get you in to enjoy the day. So you might see us for a quick second as you're entering. So.
Yes. Well, thank you, ladies.
Yeah,
'Cause
thank
play
you.
a big role.
They play a huge role.
Yeah, accounting. Come on, like that's that's fundamental.
Camille is also, so both of these ladies here I have been friends with for a long time. So Camille is like one of my best friends, and Cynthia, middle school.
Wow.
Which was just
Middle
like a year
school.
ago.
Right.
Of course.
Right. So yeah, so these are I have a great team.
I
Great
love that.
team. Great brown girl team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add on? I'm sorry.
I
Please.
just want to say, I think it's amazing that your board members are your friends and that you all collaborate and bring something special to the table, because it shows these girls and their mothers and these families that this isn't just some free for all, you know,
Right.
just a couple people throwing something together. Like, this is a family.
And they're educated.
Yes. So you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, you know.
It's something we're all individually passionate about. Like Shareeda said earlier, we don't get paid for this. So this is something that we all do because of the passion we have, because of what we believe in each other, we believe in the organization. So I think that comes out in our efforts.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about this the other day, how the sisterhood that we've gained.
Yeah.
All of us weren't familiar prior to the board. Besides Shareeda, she was our common link. But we've all developed a really good connection.
Yeah.
And we work so well together. Communication, I mean, just everything, we communicate really well, we interact, everything, we're very effective, and everybody brings something so important to the organization. So I mean, I think it's a great team. I'm proud to be part of it. So
You are. Listen, this event is bigger and better every single year because of the sisterhood. So I don't see, I see it getting so much bigger, and I can only imagine where it's going to go and who else joins the
We're
team.
already talking about 5 years.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh.
Next year, we're talking Carnival
too
and
much.
Carnival.
Listen.
That's all I'm going to say.
You want to see me act a fool? Bring me
It-
back. But
I think that we have unfortunately outgrown this space because even looking at everything that we have going on this year and trying to fit it all in this
Yeah.
space, we're like, next year.
Rio is
I
my
love
favorite
it.
movie, and I just see Rio
Just
because
stay.
I
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes. Next year, our 5 year will be our blast.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, y'all know in 2 weeks, July 20th, from 12
Less
to
than 2
5.
weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
Get your tickets now. If you can't go, buy a ticket for a family, a mother-daughter duo, father-daughter, someone who can
Yes.
come and enjoy, because it's amazing. It's an amazing event, and you don't want to miss it, all that they have going on. And also, thank you, because Naj and Jay turned 3 this year, and you were one of our first clients.
Oh wow! I didn't
And
know that.
yes, and you
Yay.
have continued to believe in us and support us,
every
and
year.
we just want to say thank you.
Aw, thank y'all.
We appreciate it.
Guys, show up.
Yes,
Support,
on time.
support your sisters. Bring your sons. It's for
Yes.
everybody.
Register because we sell out every year.
They sell out every year.
Every year we sell out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you July
See you
20th.
there, July 20th.